pleasure to welcome our beloved manager, Reverend Father Thomas John, to today's program. Welcome, Father. Next, I would like to invite our beloved principal, Dr. David Sarge Matthew, to today's session. And now I am very glad to invite today's resource person, Dr. P.Babu, Professor, Malabar College of Engineering and Technology, to today's webinar. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Dr. P.Babu is having 34 years of experience under AICTE. His main research area is power electronics. Currently, he is working as principal in Malabar College of Engineering and Technology, Thrissur. Next, I would like to invite our dear HOD, Mr. Akhil Sir, E&CM Department, UC College, to today's program. And also, so many faculties and students from various colleges are attending today's session. I express my heartily welcome to each one of you to today's program. Stay home, stay healthy, and be safe. Thank you. Now I request our beloved manager, Reverend Father Thomas John, to speak some few words.
It gives me immense pleasure to join you in this webinar organized by the Electronics and Maintenance Department and also the Placement Cell of Union Christian College. I thank Dr. Babu for sparing his valuable time with us to share his knowledge on robotics. Often robots are considered to be rivals to human beings because they take away our employment. That is the way we see it. And in earlier times, we considered, hope I am getting across to you well, we considered computers as rivals. But now I'm glad that I'm going to listen to a webinar where robots are described as our companions. So I look forward to a fruitful time. I commend the efforts taken by Mr. Akhil and Ms. Cyril to organize this webinar. Thank you.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Students and faculty and other members of the college. Actually, the topic is relevant because your HOD, Professor Akhil, and the placement officer request me to convene such a webinar, and I have suggested some topics, but before that, I inquired what is the topic you require. So straight away, Akhil sir put forward such a wonderful idea, that is robots, a human companion, because it is relevant nowadays. And I express my sincere gratitude to Dr. David sir, manager Reverend Father Thomas John sir, and Srimati Minna, and placement officer Sridhar, and other dignitaries of this college. And welcome to my topic and your topic, their topic, robotics, or robots, a human companion. Dear students, all of you are aware of robots, rather than I know. Because nowadays, wherever we go, we can see the applications of robots. The use of robotics is unlimited in all the walks of life. You can see the service of a robot. even in a restaurant, in hospitals, and in many other places like uh, malls, and etc. So many areas. It is very widely used in space applications, also used in military and other vulnerable areas of uh, different parts of walks of life. So we cannot exclude the use of robots. So what is a robot? Do you know? Actually, the robots are a reprogrammable, multifunctional, automatic industrial machine designed to replace human in hazardous work. Okay, as your manager, Reverend Father Thomas John, raised some questions that in the future the robot will exploit our employment opportunities. It is true in one aspect, but it is not true in all aspects. It has many advantages and also there are so many disadvantages. Okay, that is true, but we cannot avoid robot in the coming years. Actually, hello, all of you can hear me. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. So it can be used as an automatic machine sweeper, an automatic car for child to play with, a machine removing mines in a warfield or in space, in military and war. Okay, it is well suited in some applications, especially in hazardous fields like nuclear reactors or in war fronts to remove the mines. So far, we are using manpower for removing the mines put in the battlefields. So a lot of soldiers will be lost during this process. So whenever you are utilizing these robots, the man hazards can be minimized. So it has a lot of advantages as well as some disadvantages. But whenever we are comparing the SWOT analysis, that is trying to make threats and opportunity, it has a lot of strengths and opportunities. Okay. So better I can speak in Malayalam also. So that will be um, more interested. Actually, നമ്മൾ കഴിഞ്ഞ കുറച്ച് വർഷങ്ങൾക്ക് മുമ്പ് സോഫിയ എന്ന റോബോട്ടിനെ കുറിച്ച് നമ്മൾ കേട്ടിട്ടുണ്ടാകും. പലപ്പോഴും ഇത് അറിയാത്തവരാരും ഉണ്ടാവും തോന്നില്ല. അപ്പൊ തന്നെ നമുക്ക് മനസ്സിലായി റോബോട്ടിന്റെ ഒരു ആപ്ലിക്കേഷൻ എവിടെ വരിക്കുന്നത്. ഒരു ഹ്യൂമൻ ബീങ് മാത്രം റോബോട്ടുകൾക്ക് എന്താ പ്രത്യേകത എന്ന് വെച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ robot with artificial intelligence is introducing it. So artificial intelligence, we have intelligence, human beings and all the creatures, we have to have intelligence. So that intelligence will be incorporated with the so-called robots. So such a hybrid robot can be generated or manufactured. That is very widely used all over the world now. In YouTube, you can see that many videos are there. That is fighting robots, especially in warfront areas. It can act like a human being with artificial intelligence. It can pick a gun, it can aim, it can fire exactly. There is no wear and tear, there is no day or night. No constraints will be there. Okay. Even if you push the robot, push the robot, it will fall down and it will stand up. So such features are incorporated nowadays. Okay. Now what is the history? We have to know something about the history of robots. The first use of the word robotics, then three laws of robotics, and next is first robot is ultimate. So let us know something about this. Actually, first use of the word robotics, it is put forward by Carl Kaplan in 1890 to 1938. Okay, I am not going into the very details. So that is robot. The study about these things is known as robotics. And what are the three laws of robotics? Actually, Asimov is an eminent person in this area. Also proposed the three laws of robotics, and he later added the fourth law. The first law is a robot may not injure a human being or through inaction allow a human being to come to harm unless this would violate a higher order law. Second law, a robot must obey orders given by human beings except where such orders would conflict with a higher order of law. And the third law is a robot must protect its own existence as long as such protection does not conflict with a higher order of law. ഇത് നമ്മൾ കാണാതെ പഠിക്കേണ്ട ആവശ്യം. പക്ഷെ നമ്മൾ റോബോട്ടിക്സിന്റെ ഒരു ക്ലാസ് അറ്റൻഡ് ചെയ്യുന്ന സമയത്ത് ഇത്തരം കുറച്ച് ലോസ് ഒക്കെ ഉണ്ട് എന്ന് നമ്മൾ മനസ്സിലാക്കണം. അതിന് വേണ്ടിയിട്ടാണ്. Then lastly, put for another law, that is zero. A robot may not injure humanity. It's very important. Or through inaction, allow humanity to come to harm. So these are the laws regarding the robotics. And first robot, the name of first robot is Unimate. Now, when we come to the robotics technology, so most industrial robot, I have already told that robots are using in many walks of life all over the world. So whatever it may be, wherever it may be, using it consists of at least these five things. First is sensors. You know what is sensor? Just sensory organs. We have five senses. All of you know. Likewise, the robot has to sense all these things: smell, taste, hear, vision, touch. These things. So, lot of sensors are developed so far. For not only for robotics technology, but in electronics engineering, all of you know that different types of sophisticated sensors are developed. The sensors are going on developing. So sensor is a must. Whatever may be the sensor. So some of the sensor we can say as temperature sensors, pressure sensors, or humidity sensors, and so many sensors are available. Then IR sensors, proximity sensors, infrared sensors, ultrasonic sound sensors, ultrasonic frequency sensors, radio frequency sensors, and a vast varieties of wide ranges of sensors are available nowadays. Next comes effectors. So whenever the sensor sends, the input will be processed by the controllers. That the fourth one is controllers, and some effects will happen with the help of some actuators. Here, so sensory elements will sense all the inputs around the or near to the robots. This will be processed by the controllers, and by using actuators and arms, some effects will be happening. So these are the five parts of a robot. Now sensors, you can see from the figure that it says how it will look like. And what is effector is? Then controllers, all of you know the some IC or microcontrollers will be there. Yes. For example, in a school level itself, we are using AICTE 328 or AICTE 8 as a microcontroller. Why I prefer microcontroller AICTE is by using some Arduino boards. There is open source platform. Even a primary school student can develop some products by using this. So there is advantage. That's why I prefer this AICTE microcontrollers. Whereas another microcontrollers are available. Lot of hundreds of manufacturers are there with the different features. Features in the sense, we know that a microcontroller can process 8-bit at a time. That is the least microcontroller we are having now. In olden days, there is early 1970, before 1970s, of 4-bit microcontrollers were used in space applications. In 80s, 8-bit and 16-bit came into the market. Now 128-bit, 256-bit, and with faster speed, microcontrollers are available in the market. Still, we are using AICTE 328, that is having 32 kilobytes of memory. It is having. It can process 8 bits at a time. Everybody know what is bit and byte, everything. Still, I can talk something about bit is a binary digit, that is short form for binary digit is bit. So 1 bit. That 1 bit means 1 pin. You can consider that 1 pin. That the pin can be either supplied with 5 volt or no voltage. So that is the possibility. So 8-bit means there will be 8 pins. You can assume that as basically assume that 8 pins. So that 8 pin can either be zeros and ones. So the combination is 2 raised to 8 minus 1. So that is a possible number of 2 raised to 8. That is a possible number of combinations. So you can think of 16-bit processor, that is 2 raised to 16, that is 64,536 combination. Different combination is possible. So that is something about the base and byte. Byte means 8-bit. Okay, 8-bit. We can by 8-bit processor we can process 8-bit at a time. 16-bit means 16 bits can be processed within a microseconds. That is depends upon the frequency of the clock used in the microcontroller. Normally, 12 megahertz or 16 megahertz crystal will be used along with this microcontrollers. So you can calculate what the time for
moving an inch. Most robots are working in industry settings and are stationary. This I have explained. Then autonomous robots. Autonomous robots are self-supporting or in other words, self-contained. In a way, they rely on their own brains. So it will have its own software inside it. It will act accordingly, according to the circumstances. Then remote control robots. A person can guide a robot by remote control. A person can perform difficult and usual dangerous tasks without being at the spot where the tasks are performed. In dangerous spots, we can set a robot by remote control. Okay, a person can view from a remote place, so there will be some camera in front of that. We are having some camera, so the vision is possible, so that you can control it very easily. For example, taking the mice from the battlefield or dangerous situations like nuclear power plants, something like that. Then virtual robot. Virtual robots does not exist in real life. Virtual robots are just programs, building blocks of software inside a computer. So again, we'll call it as virtual robots. Next, the advantages. What are the advantages? Definitely, why should we go for robotics? So definitely it will have some advantages. So when compared to disadvantage, the advantages is more. That is, at the very beginning, I told you that whenever we are analyzing the sort SWT analysis, the advantage will be more. That's why it is now it is popular. So advantages is going to far away planets. This become seen in Pathfinder, that is in Mars. We have sent the Pathfinder, the vehicle went there, landed there, and it had collected many minerals from there. It has drilled, and the part is taken and sent. Some tests have been conducted there and sent the results, something like that. So this is possible only with the help of this type of artificial intelligent robots. Then going far down into unknown waters and mines where humans would be crushed. So in such place, in manhole cleaning like that, in boiler inspections and something like that, so in submarines it is used, in underwater explorations, we can make use of that. Giving us information that humans cannot get. Working at places 24/7 without any salary and food, plus they do not get bored. So there is a many one of the biggest advantages when compared to human beings. Human beings cannot be worked efficiently more than 8 hours. That is the studies. Okay, so here in the case of these robots, it can work 24 hours and in 7 days in a week without any salary and without any food, and moreover they do not get bored. Okay, there is no tire and precision will be there, exact precision from the very morning to even next morning, up to next morning, precision. They can perform tasks faster than human and much more consistently and accurately. Most of them are automatic, so they can go around by themselves without any human interference. Okay, കേൾക്കുന്നുണ്ടോ? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes,
Audible,
sir,
sir.
yes, sir. You are audible.
Audible ആണോ? Audible ആണോ?
Yes, yes,
Okay,
audible ആണ്.
okay, okay, okay. Then what are the disadvantages? People can lose jobs in factories. That is one of the questions raised by your manager, Reverend Father Thomas John, sir. That is true. People can lose jobs in factories. It needs a supply of power. Power is required to work. For human beings, we have to give food, we have to give shelter, transportation. When compared to these things, it is negligibly small. It needs some maintenance to keep it running. So that is one of the area we will get employment. That is, it needs maintenance to keep it running 24/7 hours. So a lot of opportunities will be there. It costs money to make or buy a robot. So these are some of the disadvantages listed. Now, if there is, Agil sir, അത് കിട്ടിയിരുന്നോ? Agil sir?
Yes, sir. I
Slide
already
കിട്ടിയോ?
shared the PPT. Okay.
So
I will share it.
you can share the 18th one. Sorry, you can share 18th slide.
Okay.
18th. Yeah. Next slide, sir. Guys, just to demonstrate these things. So these are some of the types of robots. Next, sir. Next slide. So can we go for the next one, 19th one, and so on? Yeah, next. Next, yes, stop, sir. Next type of robot is drones. So nowadays, a lot of activities can be done by drones also. There are a lot of research going on in this area nowadays also to stabilize this more clearly and perfectly. Everybody knows rather than I know that is, a drone can be used precisely to locate something. It can dispatch something. It can so a lot of research is going on in this area. Here there are a lot of brushless DC motors. So that the DC motors may suitably control the speed, etc. We position these drones anywhere else. It can land. Some of the modules I will be going to explain what are the modules that can be interfaced. Some of the modules, not all, hundreds of modules and sensors are available. So some of the things we can incorporate in the already incorporated, and I can show you some of this. So next slide. Go for the next slide, sir, 25th. The 25th, sir. This is 26. Yes, sir. So you can look at this figure. This is what I have explained previously. That is the degrees of freedom of any robot. Now the robot is having a base, and from the base a small piece, and from another piece, then another piece, then so the degree of freedom, a rotate base of arm. Base of arm is the top one. Pivot base of arm, then bend elbow, wrist up and down, wrist left and right, rotate wrist. So the degree of freedom is 6. We can say that the degree of freedom of the arm of the particular robot is 6. So can you go for the next slide, sir? So next slide, please, sir. Yeah. Now, the robot control loop. So far, we have discussed a broad approach of a robot. Now, what is the robot control loop? Here in the left-hand side of the screen, you can see the inputs. That is speech, vision, acceleration, temperature, position, distance, touch, force, magnetic field, light, sound, position, sense, etc. and so many things. We can include many things here. So that is the sense. It will sense all these things or some of the things it will sense, depends upon the complexity of the robot. So now this will be given to thinking section, that is a processor, thinking section. So based on our, the processor will send out some signals in the form of bits. So place it will think what to do with this thing. So it will give some command to act. So when the command is given, this command is whether the command is sufficient to do this task. So this is the robot control loop, or in general we will get robot. Okay, the output can be information, move, speech, text, visuals, feel, legs, etc. So this is the basics of any. Okay, sir. Can you share the next one? Next slide, sir. Yeah, this is ultrasonic sensors. One will be, you can see VCC, trigger, echo, count. These are the pins. It will send the one of this will be send ultrasonic wave having a particular frequency that will be determined by the manufacturer. When this ultrasonic sound hit on some of the surface, it will return back and the receiver will catch and it will calculate the time. It will not calculate the time. It will send the return signal with a delay. So the processor will find out how much distance the object is. So we can control this by the programs. How much distance we have to move or we have to send something like that. This will be controlled by writing suitable program in the Atmega 328 or any other advanced processes. So please go for the next slide, sir. Next slide, sir. So next slide. Okay. This is a GSM module. Whenever we have to, not sir, previous one. Yes, GSM module. So the GSM module is Global System for Mobile. It's a module. So by this module, we can, if it is installed in the robot by telephone or smartphones, you can control the robot. It has a small antenna, so the distance is unlimited. Wherever there is internet connectivity, we can make use of this. A robot, you can control it remotely. Sir, previous slide. Yes. Module. Already by using this module, we can communicate with a smartphone or from any other device to the robots. So this is some of the sensors used. So these are very, very simple. The code, etc., will be available in the net. Only thing you have to limited. So in such application, you can make use of this thing. Here, it doesn't require any internet connection. Only from the microcontroller itself, you can control this. Okay, next one, sir. Next. Next slide. You can go to RTC module, sir. RTC, yes. This is RTC module. RTC means a real-time module. Real-time clock module. That's a short form. Real-time clock module. Here there will be a battery one side. Here there will be a chip and 6 or 7 pins will be there. So the use is, if you want to wake up exactly at the embedded act as a real-time the time, day, year for 100 years. That will be stored. So you can retrieve that data, and you can, by invoking these things through programs, you can either shut off, or wake up the robot. The robot is used for, see, at a particular time is over, you can off or switch on automatically. So such a module can be make use of that. In PC, whether the robot is controlled by PC, again in the PC such module is available, RTC module. Every computer this RTC module, every mobile this RTC is available, but the size is only. The cost. So can you go motor drive? Next one, sir. Yes. So this is a motor drive. So in any robot, there will be some physical motion, either angular motion or linear motion or movement of legs, something like that. There will be movement. For that purpose, we will make use of this motor driver view. What it will do is, it will accept the commands from the microcontroller. I have told you that from the microcontroller, we are only expecting a 5-volt supply coming or not. That's all. Or in the sensor also, final stage, we will give some plus 5 volt to the input of the microcontroller or 0. So in the case of motor driver unit, it will have 4 to 6 inputs will be there. Normally 4 inputs. So if it gets one signal, the motor, we can connect 2 motors with this motor driver module. So how it will act is, if from this some of the pin get is we are getting 5 volts. So what will happen is the motor connected to the output, let's say motor 1, rotate the clockwise. Next, when the output from the next pin comes 1, it will rotate in the other direction. So the one motor can be rotated in either directions by 2 inputs. Similarly, by another 2 inputs, we can run the another one. So the motion is possible. You can drive your robot either in the forward direction or in the reverse direction, or in any directions it is possible by the combination of ones and zeros. So you can rotate clockwise, you can rotate anti-clockwise, you can move straight, you can move backwards, or moving forward for some displacement, then return left or right and something like that. So this is the basics. So in every this robot, this type of technology is used, but exactly not the same thing, but something like that. You cannot see in this fashion, but this is for experimental purposes. So next, sir. This is a GPS module, that is global positioning system module. This is incorporated in mostly all the sophisticated advanced robots, where the robot is placed. Because the robot will move its own fashion in any mines, something you can assume that now the robot is displayed for removing the mines. So you can you cannot straight away observe. You can observe the motion of this robot, which is installed with this GPS module. It can clearly indicate the latitude and longitude and height of the robot instantaneously. That's why it is used. In most of the drones, this GPS module is installed. That's why if you give a command to go home, it will quickly come to your home. That is, the drone can come to your home. How? Because at the time of takeoff, it will uh, take the latitude, longitude, and the elevation, the height uh, of the drone. It will be stored in it, and when it has been flown from it will goes on checking the current uh, of the device, and when the exact location is matching, make use of the programs, it will land there exactly where. If you are moving, if you are giving command from a tabletop, when the table is removed, when it is coming down, it will stop there itself in the space itself. So this latitude, longitude, and height from the surface will be exactly in the memory location. It will match to the memory location when it reaches there. So these things are very much useful in in the robots. Sir, hello sir.
Hello, sir.
Hello sir, can you hear?
Hello.
Sir,
Okay.
now we can stop. If the students are having any doubt or faculty is having any doubts, I can answer. I think most of you are enjoyed with this. Anything should have to be included here?
Dear participants, if anyone is having any queries regarding today's presentation, you can ask to our resource person now, or you can share that question in the chat box. Babu sir, one participant is asking that she is having a doubt about that effectors portion.
Effectors, okay. Can you move on to the slide? Yeah. We can move to slide 11. Can you move to slide 11?
Akhil sir, can you just show that slide of effectors, 5 parts of robotics?
11. Especially sensor and effector. Please move on to 11th slide. Yeah. It's a very interesting question. Okay. Now, I got told you that the different parts. Move on to the previous, please. Previous. Please move on to the previous one also. Actually, the robot has many parts like sensors, effectors, actuators, arms, controller, etc. Here the basic part is a sensor. Sensor will sense what the physical quantities, something like the proximity of something else, or the temperature, or humidity, or there is smell, something like different. Depends upon the application of the robot we are using. Okay, the sensor will sense whatever may be the physical parameters. It will send the signals. This will be sensed means of some signals. So sensors can be a transducer also. Transducer which convert the physical parameter into electrical parameters, right? Electrical parameters. So the electrical quantities will be, it can be in the form of digital signals or in the form of analog signals, what it may be. It will be processed by the microcontroller. So microcontroller, the Atmega 328 is having the capacity to process either analog or digital quantities, right? So whatever it may be, this will convert. If the sensor output is, I have told you that it can be digital or analog. Whatever it may be, it will finally convert into digital quantities for processing inside the microcontroller. Now it will process. For example, a robot is approaching a obstacle. So for that you can use ultrasonic transducers. When the count value or height value is less than say 1 millimeter, so that is the input 1 millimeter. This will be converted. It is in the microcontroller, and it will do some action. Don't move. That is action we require. So the duty of the effect is to prevent the robot not moving forward further. So whatever element you are using there is the effector. This can be achieved by some devices like actuators also. Actuators. Otherwise, effectors can be called as actuators. For example, this can be in the form of a moving piston like that. You have seen that if you have to operate the arm of a JCB, there will be a piston associated with that. That piston, they will pump some fluid into the piston so that piston moves. So accordingly, there will be some action. So that is effector. Here in the figure, you can see that in the effector, you can see that there is a nozzle. A nozzle will be supplied by, say, some liquid or water it may be. It will be, here we are supposed to have some sort of liquid or paint something. So this part is the actuator. Clear? This part is the actuator. This will move either down, up and sideways. So that is effector or actuator. I think it is clear to you. Hello? Is it clear to you?
Sir,
Hello?
I think she will be cleared with your explanation. Yeah, she has commented now. Okay, sir. So
Okay.
it is
No
her
problem,
doubt has been
no
cleared.
problem.
Okay. Any more queries? Participants, any more queries? Okay. Sir, we can wind up the session. So now I request Mr. Ajan PJ, Assistant Professor, UC College, to deliver vote of thanks.
Okay. If you don't mind, give me 1 more minute.
Okay.
Hello? Hello? 1 more.
Hello?
Yeah.
Wait for hello, sir. Hello? Hello?
Yeah.
Hello, Babu sir. You want Agil sir to show some slides now? Okay.
1 more minute I have to speak.
Oh, okay, you can speak.
ഓക്കെ അതായത് ശരിക്കും ഈ റോബോട്ടിക്സ് ഈ ടെക്നോളജി ഒന്നും പുതിയതല്ല. നമ്മള് ഈ യങ്സ്റ്റേഴ്സിന് ഇതിന്റെ ധാരാളം വെയറബോട്ട്സ് ഗൂഗിളിൽ നിന്ന് അതുപോലെ യൂട്യൂബിൽ നിന്നൊക്കെ അവൈലബിൾ ആണ്. ധാരാളം അവൈലബിൾ ആണ്. So my duty to familiarize using, and I have a little experience. Okay, I can design some small robots. This is some peripheral thing. Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for your session. Okay. Now, Ajahn sir, can you please deliver vote of thanks?
Okay. It was a wonderful session, even though we had certain interruptions in between. The session was good. And on behalf of the Union Christian College and especially the Department of Electronics, I